I'm live and in color. Excuse my listen. Someday I'm going to have a dedicated nook so that you know, everything looks copacetic. But as it is, my house is a chaos mess and I'm okay with that, but I'm not okay with y'all seeing it. So this is the best I could carve out to be on a live. You see my boy? Because I'm loving him and he's loving me. And we've been really busy today and haven't got to love each other. Ada said hi. Yes, I'm a dog kisser. Hey, turn it down. Always. It's always something to forget. So how are you doing, Chris? Seeing as how it's just me and you. And of course, Larry. How are you today? How was your my New Year was what it was. But I managed to eat my black eyed peas and I posted a little video about that with my hog jowl and my greens. I assume they were a mix of mustard and collard. Is that right?
It's the last ones you blanched. Not sure what you did.
Anyway, we had our greens and then we had cornbread. And it was all really good. I look beautiful. Thank you, Chris. Can't call you Kenneth anymore because that's not your name. And I'm Amanda. You know I'm Amanda. You can call me Amanda Kenneth. Chris, you can call me Amanda. It's going to be hard not calling you Kenneth. I'm just going to have to tell you that right now. So, we are still working on our garden bed in the front. We're also making a laundry room. So, things are really busy here. These are all things I would never want to do during the spring or summer months, right? So it's a good time to do stuff like that in the winter. And, oh, you know what? I did not dress up today. This is what I wore all day. I did put a little makeup on because I'm at the age where I just need a little color to look decent. That's what I feel. For my own soul, I should get up every day and put on just a little makeup. I do only a little makeup when I wear makeup. But anyway, no, this is my natural beauty. I come looking like this. Let me show you. That poinsettia that I got for Christmas is still alive, right? And it's getting new leaves. So the leaves, when they first come out, are green. Then they turn red. Isn't that cool? I just want to know how long I can keep this alive. Excuse my dogs, because girl had to go get some onions so I could cook dinner after the live. And they just bark a lot anyway. Let's see what else I got going on. I up-potted basil this week out of my hydroponic system, and I made a video about that. But today I potted all the leaf lettuce, which was technically 4 heads, 2 really big heads, and then, well, really big. For the amount of time they've been growing big, let's just say that. And then the 2 smaller heads, I went ahead and stuck in one pot. So they're over there chilling out and looking alive. So 8 hours in, say, they're still alive. And for the next round of, hi, Okie Grower, for the next round of plants, I'm going to try Shasta daisies in that hydroponic system because the seeds are similar to lettuce, so that they should go ahead and sprout maybe. I haven't got them to sprout for some reason in just soil. I don't know if they need to be cold stratified, and I don't know that. I'm going to see if I can get a few to sprout in the hydroponic system. But I'm wishing, I need to make an investment in several hydroponic systems. I want enough hydroponic action to be able to start all my tomatoes and all my peppers. Yes. Because I was thinking about the footprint. Just to get started, I have all my grow lights going. I've got my flaps running around, and then there's the up potting and stuff like that. I want to see how long it takes a tomato for me. I want a regular sized tomato, mind you. I'm not talking about dwarf stuff, because I see my hydroponic system as a window into what I already do, a way to start my plants, right? I don't need to sit around and just eat lettuce out of my hydroponic system. I think it's going to be an awesome tool for starting seeds. And I've never really started basil indoors or lettuce, so I don't know how they usually look when they germinate, doing it with soil the old-fashioned way. But the chubby little stems of that lettuce and the chubby little stems of that mammoth basil has got me thinking what it could do to my tomato plant, right? So regular sized tomato plant, starting the seeds in that. Hydroponic. This is what I'm, Okie grower, this is what I'm contemplating. And that is caught up with me for the week. So you, Chris and Okie grower, y'all tell me what y'all been getting up to, what y'all did for New Year's and what you ate. Tell me about your life. You can make a cloner out of totes, big as you want. Use GrowIQ has huge cloners in Oklahoma City. You're talking about special herb. Right now, I got my.
That would work with
I got peppers and tomatoes. What does it mean? What does the cloners thing mean? Anyway, so I got my peppers and my tomatoes on my mind. Do I need to start special herbs at the same time, Okie grower? Do they take about the same amount of time? Like, would I start?
Is that someone new?
Hello, Life with Serena. How are you? Nice to see you here. Anyway, answer me that question, Okie grower, because what about the timing? When do you start those? That's what I don't know. I would assume you start them like tomatoes. I'm sorry about my dogs.
Panda. Panda man.
Like I said, they know girl is about to. She's probably pulling up right now.
Panda.
She's bringing me my onions.
Come here. I know.
You will never come to this house and not get barked at. I promise you that. I don't care if you live here. So yeah, I'm starting my peppers just as soon as the moon goes right again. And I start those first, and then I start my tomatoes in February, again with the moon being favorable.
You know, Okie grower, I didn't do any of the cloning, but I did work at a farm for a while.
I'm sorry, Chris. I lost my mom too, Chris. Mom, and also, you know, when your mom passes, like my mom passes, I'm going to be 50 this year. Woohoo! You know, I don't have very many years left on this planet, to be honest. I'm trying to make the most of them, I'm figuring.
I'm 50 with a couple of years experience.
So that Netflix documentary I watched, Poison, it got me wanting to grow way more of my own salad.
Okie says he's got seeds for you.
Got seeds for me. All right. We have seeds, but they're a couple years old, you know. I'm sure they'll still sprout. I don't have an expiration date on my seeds around here. I've got some turnip seeds that are like 5 or 6 years old. Now, those are kind of giving me trouble on my germination rates. And I'm sure different plants are different for seeds. But, like, I don't believe in expiration dates for seeds. And I don't throw away seeds that are just a few years old just because they're just a few years old. You know what I mean?
Okie, I turned 52 right before Christmas, so I'm a little ahead of you.
Hey, see, I get to turn 50 when my country turns 250, so it's like a it's a bigger birthday, right?
Well, I kind of got the feeling he was a little older than you because, I mean, his handle says Okie Grower 75.
What are we talking about? Oh, 75. Well, see, I see that 75, and I don't automatically like link it to a birthday. I mean, I'm a smart woman, but sometimes.
I don't know about Prime, but I'm damn sure a classic.
You won carrot seeds, Chris? You did. I remember you won carrot seeds. You won carrot seeds that I have, Chris. I think you won those Kyoto Red. And I got them growing out there. In fact, I pulled one. I was wondering if they just get a little bit bigger. And from what I understand, right, they're not going to go woody on me out there. I don't know anything about carrots because I've never grown them very successfully. Colorado was really good for carrots. I grew pretty decent carrots in Colorado. I was proud of them. But here, it's a struggle. And I think I'm not even going to try to grow carrots anymore.
Is that still sharp?
Unless it's fall. Because spring just gets too hot here too fast. Build me a greenhouse. The thing is, you need full sun for a greenhouse. And you don't understand. You guys can't take it all in. But I am full sun challenged, right? Full sun challenged. And you want your south side, right? You want south and east. Those are great places to be for a greenhouse.
I would be okay.
I'd have to stick it in my front yard.
I'd be okay with building a greenhouse this summer, but she had me building everything in the world this summer.
We need to redo our animal houses. Stat.
Especially the chicken house.
I haven't been in my forge in 3 months. No, it's been longer than that. It's been 4 months.
So if I can put my greenhouse in the shade, we're in business. I got so much shade, we can literally pick a place.
Hey, we kept a greenhouse going in a pine forest in Colorado. So
tell them how you built your greenhouse. And you need to make a video and tell about this.
We can have a greenhouse full of ferns.
That greenhouse was something else. I took a 2x4 frame on the ground. I took cattle panels, and there were four cattle panels, and I arched them, and I made them 8 foot wide at the bottom, and that made them just over 6 foot tall in the top, in the middle. And then I took hog rings. I'm sure you know what hog rings are, and I attached them all together. And I made the 2x4 frames around the bottom to keep them from spreading out. And then I ordered some greenhouse plastic online and covered the whole thing. And it was really cool. I wood framed one side with a window in it, and the other side I put a door in.
He made a high tunnel is what he did. It was the only, and I had green lights. I had greenhouse. I had lights in it. Okay, girl. Because we lived in a pine forest at the foot of a mountain. So at like 3 or 4 o'clock, the sun would go behind the mountain, and that was it for sun. Well, it might have even been sooner. We lost sun there. It was dark, twilight for a really long time.
I don't blame you at all for that, Okie.
So we lived in a pine forest. There was no sun because of the pine forest, and there was no sun because we lived in the shadow of a mountain.
Okie said, I'll bring my dogs and tent and make a Wiggy hippie building. I have tools. He said he's just waiting on the drywall to be done. No joke. Man, I hate drywall. I hate it with a passion. And the only thing worse than drywall is overhead drywall. I've been doing a lot of that too. So it's,
Basically, this whole house needs. There is some action going on in town, also with the cops and the siren.
Are you kidding? He was out of town in 2 seconds.
That guy just flew by. But there was something going on this way, too. Okay. So, what brought up the subject of this live? Making deals with the devil. I kind of feel like, and this is just my opinion, our government has made deals with companies for practices of food USDA and FDA should be oversighting a lot more stuff than they are. That documentary pointed my eyes out. I know about feedlots because we used to drive by them in Colorado, right? And Oklahoma's got them too. I know Texas has them. Feedlots are everywhere, right? Well,
Those feedlots we used to pass, we called them Couchwoods because that was just horrible conditions.
well, a lot of them they're putting right next to grows, salad, vegetable gardens. And these companies are okay with like poop getting in the water and then spraying the water on the salad, and it's giving the salad E. coli, which is not a normal thing to have happen. It doesn't come on salad naturally, now does it? So put the dogs in so we can stop this with the barking. Okay, help me, please.
I wanted to. Come on, guys. Get in your hut.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a fly swatter.
The government and the companies, they don't really care if we live to be 70, 80, 90 years old anymore. They just want us to be able to fulfill our mission, which is to keep factories and keep the oil field going, whatever job you're doing, going.
And when a 14-year-old dog runs up to you and grins, I mean, you can't help but smile.
I feel like our government's, I think it's a deal with the devil because these politicians are getting elected off the backs of these companies who are lobbying them to run in the first place or to change laws or to keep laws the way they are. And yeah, I just want better food. So I think that's a deal with the devil.
Hey,
That's what made me think of deals with the devil, and that's why I chose the topic I chose tonight.
That fur baby is Panda.
It's Panda Man.
Now, what I understood with the USDA, they have inspectors in the processing plants.
Yeah.
For the beef and chicken and all this, but they do not for the growers or the ranchers. There is no USDA inspector out there.
Yeah, no one's going to see how these cows are living before they get to the slaughterhouse. They don't care about that part. Or if they are testing them, they're sample testing. They're not. You guys, they're not testing each piece of chicken that's being sold at the store. They're not testing each steak that is being packaged. And your hamburger meat might come from 400 cows. So how in the heck can you tell me you have tested? You testing each cow? There's a lot of loopholes here on the testing, and that's how people are getting sick. They have changed rules about stuff, but not enough. And the way those feedlots are designed, they're not healthy. They don't smell healthy. You can just tell. I grew up around cows. My grandpa was a great rancher.
And
he had beautiful cows, and he knew how to keep them healthy. And they are never supposed to be trapped up in a lot for any period of time like that, you know? That would be like me trying to raise a herd of cows on the size of city lot I have, right?
Being a country boy and a hunter, and I'm sure probably Okie grower is too, and a lot of us in this part of the country, you have respect for your food. You want your food to live as healthy as possible before you eat it.
But on a side note too, it's the cow poop that you buy as a gardener. If you don't care, if you want to be a vegetarian, you don't care about the feedlots because it doesn't pertain to you. Or you say, well, I'm buying the grass. Every product that comes from that cow is then tainted. That includes manure, and I've bought that manure and I've thrown it down in my garden.
Vegetarians are getting their share because they're putting that infected cow poop on the vegetables.
We are containers.
Giving vegetables.
Is it any wonder a lot of people die when they're 60 years old? Because you're past usefulness, right? As a hard worker. You know what I mean? Then you start getting health problems, stuff like that. So then you start being able to maybe cash out on your Social Security, which may or may not be there, or your pension or your retirement, you know?
Well, get back on subject. That's what got
Back
us on
on
the deals of the
subject.
devil.
Deals with the devil.
Now it'd be hard to decide whether the devil was the one in hell or the one in government in this situation. 'Cause I
And
mean,
mind you, it's not a devil at all. It's just choosing bad practices that may or may not kill somebody if they eat a salad or choose to have a steak, you know? Or with the cow manure, choose to plant a garden. Anyway, deals with the devil usually involve a person trading their immortal soul for some boon, such as knowledge, wealth, or power. So most folklore, these tales are used as caution against greed and ambition. Like I just said, this is what makes me
Exactly.
think of
Greed
deals
and
with the
ambition.
devil. The first deal that comes to mind is the story of Faust. You may or may not read about this fellow I was in philosophy in college.
hey, Farmer Chaz.
We
Welcome.
talked about Faust. You missed my big intro, Chaz. You'll have to rewatch. Hashtag gross salad. That's all you gotta know. We can put the salad people out of business, and they will no longer have to recall their bad salad. If we all can grow a salad, and if somebody can grow extra salad, then they can share with people who can't grow salad. But the point is, hashtag grow salad. Hashtag don't buy
Well, I know
store-bought
about
salad.
Busy days there, Chaz.
All right. The first deal is Faust. That's who we're talking about is Faust. Faust was a scholar who is seeking superhuman knowledge. Seems like I'm on a quest for superhuman knowledge sometimes. He summons Mephistopheles, who is apparently an agent for the devil. Dr. Faust offers his soul in exchange for magical powers and earthly delights for a period of time, usually 24 months. There's different stories about Faust.
There are several different versions of Faust and several different endings to the Faust story, but it was all loosely based on an actual guy named Johann Faust. It was a scientist and scholar.
If you guys have ever watched Meet Joe Black, that's a kind of a Faust script. You know, like the story. It's a version of it, right? There's another one. You may or may not know this one. Okie Grower, you might. I don't remember the name of the movie, but it has John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John in it, and she's a bank teller, and he's gonna rob her, right? She tricks him into thinking that she gave him cash. She actually gave him like receipts, so he got ripped off, and it's this whole thing. But meantime, in the background, God and the devil are making bets about whether humanity is worth saving or not. So, and I don't remember what that movie's called.
Okie says mushrooms give him superhuman knowledge.
Farmer Chaz. Anyway, that movie, it's a good old 80s movie. It's about the Faust tale, kind of. So, Mephistopheles requires that the contract be signed in blood to symbolize ultimate sacrifice. And when Faust uses his powers, it usually brings momentary pleasure but ultimate ruin. In some versions, he is saved by divine grace through his constant striving and the intercession of a woman. In others, he is dragged to hell. This story is so prominent that deals with the devil are often called Faustian bargains.
Yeah, through all this research, I found out most of them were called Faustian bargains. I mean, that's how prominent that story is. There was a story that predated that from the Bible, where the guy was saved by the Virgin Mary. But it was basically the same type of story. But there again, every time he used his boon, it had bad consequences.
Okie Grower. And Chaz, I want y'all both to hear this. I watched a little video on YouTube. One was about there was an atheist, a rabbi, and a priest. And it sounds like a joke, right? I know it sounds like a joke. But they all got high together. They smoked weed together, right? And they had all these discussions. And the atheist guy was like, I don't believe in anything. But he said, I do believe. He kept describing all this. And they were like, you're spiritual, so you do believe in something. We're spiritual too, but we put a name to it. You're just over there floating, believing what you believe. And so they all came to this consensus about how they were not so different after all. It was a really good little YouTube thing. I don't know how you'd find it. Say a priest smoked weed. That's probably how you'd find it. But then on the other hand, right, they took these older ladies, older than me, because I'm old, right? But like, and had them do shrooms in a controlled way with some kind of shroom expert there, controlling the dosage and the high and facilitating like calm things. They did meditation. They did art. That one was really funny.
I would like to find out where you could be certified as a shroom expert.
But Okie Gar, the ladies, they all had their own like spiritual kind of awakening. One of them saw like a dead friend, and so I believe what you're saying about. And I've done shrooms. This was a very, very long time ago. Very long time ago, and I really enjoyed it. However, I didn't know what to expect, and I was afraid I was going to stay like that forever. So that part gave me anxiety. And if I'd had like a good coach with me, like, we didn't even know how to do them.
Okie says, stop saying you're old. It makes us old.
I'm having a hard time because I've been looking in the mirror, and because of my bad illness, because of the way I treated my body a few years before that, like it accelerated, who you see here today. I don't think I would be exactly who you see here today had I not chose to live like an idiot. So like, I have to look in the mirror, and every time I do from now, I'm coming to terms with it. It's hard. Talk about deals with the devil. Yeah.
I always tell people it's not the years, it's the miles.
And I walked some tough terrain. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I met a guy, he was a company man on the rig this last hitch. And he was actually a year older than me. And he looked probably late 30s, early 40s. And I was thinking to myself, that's the difference between sitting over in that chair and telling people what to do and having to be the one that does it. I agree, Okie. Growing's going to be, it's going to come down to where it's very, very important. It really is. I mean, if for nothing else, the price of everything.
So there used to be Victory Gardens. World War II, everyone was almost begged to grow their own plots at home because times were going to get tough, and every little bit helped, right? So I think we need to reinstall that, and that's why I want you guys to do #GrowSalad, make a big deal, and make videos talking about it, because everyone's talking about the food system's broken, right? Well, let's grow salad. It's so easy to grow salad. Apartment dwellers can grow salad, and it's a way to chip in at something. Something that's supposed to be healthy for us should indeed be healthy. We need to demand it. You go out and eat a salad because it's healthy. I know you eat salad, Chaz. And I know you're trying to grow salad.
I agree. I mean,
if it makes your kidneys shut down because you eat a salad, I drank myself into my kidney failure. I watched a documentary and talking about a poor little girl. She's 20-something years old, and her whole life is faced with taking medication to keep her kidney functioning properly, or getting a transplant, or living on dialysis. And I lived on dialysis. If I had my food give me dialysis,
and all she did was
I can't imagine that.
She ate a salad from Panera.
She didn't drink and get kidney disease, I mean, and another one, a little boy ate a hamburger from Jack in the Box, and this is before restaurants weren't required to cook hamburger meat to 155 degrees. Therefore, it wasn't killing all the bacteria, right, at this Jack in the Box restaurant. Well, that little boy died because of it.
Congratulations, Okie, growing out your backyard. And you ought to see my backyard. It doesn't even look like a yard. I have goat pens, chicken pens,
Yes.
gardens.
Everybody needs to grow something if they possibly can.
If you
But
walked out my back door, it would
we need to
shock
get
you.
serious as growers and being on YouTube and having the guts to say something about it and to giving people away.
Tampa's here.
Hey, Tampa. Tampa knows. She's got this whole herb collection going. She researched and what they all do.
Okie,
Tampa's learning to take. She's trying to go in and take a class and learning about the herbs and.
Says you got a ghost. Your curtain. Oh,
His dog is beside herself because he is not actively sitting and holding and petting. It's almost like
that is Tinky.
Dr. whatever his name and that cat, you know, Austin Powers. It's like both of our dogs, we don't have babies anymore, right? So both of our dogs are our babies, and they pine for us if we're busy.
Now, Okie, you made the comment how people are going to stop trusting store-bought food.
They need to stop trusting store-bought
That is what
food.
you would hope would happen, but I mean, when you look at human nature, I mean, it's just...
It's overwhelming.
I don't
You
know how
can't
many of
eat
y'all
anything.
have seen the movie. It's kind of a silly movie, but it's really good. It's called Don't Look Up. And this stuff, I mean, the government tells these people, you know, I don't care. There's a comet heading for Earth going to kill us all. Don't look up. They don't, you know. It's just crazy. But that's the mentality of a lot of people these days. They just do what they're told. Whatever their leaders tell them to do, that's what they'll do.
And I think it should be more statewide. States should be more responsible for feeding their own citizens. And then break it down to counties too.
Now,
in that
Tampa,
state.
we were just talking about how going to the grocery store was a crapshoot these days. Did you know more people are getting sick from E. coli on lettuce than they are from meat?
Yeah. Because they went and championed after the whole Jack in the Box thing, after those regulations, certain people were like, wait a minute, but why are we accepting the fact that there's E. coli in our meat to begin with, you know, beef? So they went and made them change a bunch of standards and practices to eliminate a lot of the sources of the E. coli. So there is not as much hamburger meat outbreaks as there used to be.
I tell you what, Chaz, you said the fresh produce that doesn't even look good anymore. We actually did this. It wasn't done on purpose as an experiment, but it was a very cool experiment. We had some store-bought lettuce in the refrigerator, and we had some homegrown lettuce in the refrigerator. And the store-bought lettuce spoiled in like half the time. I mean, within days, it was turning brown and gross. And that homegrown stuff, it lasted over a week in there.
If you store it properly, it does. It lasts forever. A whole head will last at least a week, if not two.
I agree, Okie. We got to educate the masses. But there again, I mean, the old saying, you can lead a horse to water.
If we all start in our circles. Hey, I can't take it, y'all! Come on!
Chris said he went to Lizzie Borden's house today.
Did he? How was that?
Yeah, maybe you should hold Pinky.
Something, because she's the one that keeps setting them off. Pick her up.
She's psychotic.
Yeah, Chaz, the way she's talking about storing lettuce, that is phenomenal. Like I said, the homegrown lettuce, it lasted almost 2 weeks.
Okay, so you wash it really good, obviously, right? Get yourself a salad spinner or dedicate yourself to really drying it well. Stick it in a Ziploc baggie with some paper towels to catch any of that extra moisture. And then I leave it just a little bit open when I put it in my vegetable drawer. And all those things seem to be the kick. But I'm telling you, store-bought lettuce, my method makes it last longer. Yes, but it will still rot 50 times faster than your homegrown lettuce. So I might just be the homegrown. How old are these heads of lettuce that we are getting anyway? You know, and what have they gone through to get to us?
Yeah, Chaz, you can just dry it really well, but I'm telling you, if you got a salad spinner,
It really gets it out. It works
they
with
are
gravity.
and a lot less.
Also,
work.
it makes this little squeak noise when you. Also, it's like that. What is that dance? I'm pulling the weed eater. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's got that whole vibe going to it. All right, I'm gonna go with one more legend of the devil now. All right, because like the reason I brought up the food industry at all, Chaz, is explaining what we've just been talking about. How our government is hanging us out to dry. Because they get elected by these lobbyists. You think our votes really matter? Because I don't think they do. They're picking who gets to run to begin with. Anyway,
Back on track.
One legend tells that the Amanda will come and make all these things. One legend tells that Martino Silvestro, a skilled scholar and scientist who lived from 946 to 1003. Is this AD or BD? What, BC?
80.
Okay. He made a deal with Satan. Silvestro studied mathematics and astrology in the Muslim cities of Cordoba and Seville. He was said to have stolen a book of spells from an Arabic philosopher. After his lover rejected him, he summoned a female demon named Meridiana. I'm sorry, these are words. Meridiana helped Silvestro ascend to the papal throne. He became Pope Sylvester II.
And that is like a very prominent story. I mean, that's spooky when you think about it.
Spooky. He was Pope. He of the Rome.
Yes, he was Pope Sylvester II. That's the papal throne. He was head
Do
of
the
the
Catholics
Roman
know
Catholic.
about this legend, or are they saying this is lies?
Well, I'm sure a lot of them do, and there was a lot of Catholics that came up with the. I mean, he basically came from nowhere, and before you know it, he's the Pope.
What do y'all think about that? All right, here we go with another one. This one involves the Codex Gigas, which is the largest medieval illuminated manuscript in the world.
Now,
What does this mean, illuminated?
I was just fixing to tell you. I looked this up. An illuminated manuscript is like the old medieval text that you see. They have the little flourishes and the margins, and they have the curly letters, and they're written really fancy in there.
Is this how the Illuminati got their name?
It could be.
Okay.
I don't know.
This illuminated manuscript was the largest in the world. It is sometimes called the Devil's Bible. It includes a Romanesque Latin Bible and several other texts. It also contains a highly unusual full-page portrait of Satan. Was it done by a specific artist?
Yes. Now,
Okay.
there's a legend about but they think that's one of the things that's like really strange. I mean, why is there a portrait of Satan in this Bible? It's really cool.
Well, what if there is isn't there a
Satan selfie.
isn't there an old saying about putting a name to the devil or call the
Well,
devil out by his name? You know,
Read on, and you'll
Okay.
find the part of the legend about the.
the legend says that a Benedictine monk named Herman the Recluse. That sounds kind of like a name for a male body part. broke his vows. He broke his vows and was sentenced to be walled up alive. But in exchange for pardon, he promised to create a book that would glorify the monastery forever in one night. As midnight approached, he felt sure he couldn't complete the task. He made a prayer to Satan to exchange his soul for help with the book. Satan finished the book, and the monk added a portrait of Satan in gratitude. Ooh. It's been verified by experts that the book was written by a single author.
This thing is huge. I mean, huge. I saw pictures of this book, and it is enormous.
But there's no way to verify if he really wrote it all in one night.
No, but it was all written by one author. It could be, Okie. I'm not sure, but I mean, personally, I would do any kind of lie, cheat, or steal to keep from getting walled up alive. I mean, that would be a horrible way to die, wouldn't it? I've heard of other legends of people that were walled up alive.
And there's a Scottish castle, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking of, where they walled up basically the whole family.
I don't know the name of it, but it was in Downton Abbey. That's where they went to Scotland for their little vacations.
Those books we read.
Is it Donolith?
I couldn't tell you. But remember,
What's the name of that Scottish castle? Is it Donolith?
The one with the earl that got walled up was Glamis.
Glamis. Ah.
The one they stayed at Downton Abbey was Inverary. Different area.
Well, was it the Carrie Armstrong books, or it was the
Glamis.
Glamis.
the other books where that witch visited that castle because that demon took her there?
Kelly Armstrong.
Yeah, Kelly Armstrong.
All right. Moving on. Was Cromwell named after this guy, or
I doubt it.
was this guy named after Cromwell?
That's a common name.
It doesn't matter. There is a place in England called Cromwell. This guy, Oliver Cromwell, he's a 17th century political leader. He was said to have made a deal with Satan for his rise to power and unequal success in battle. Most of Cromwell's life, it should be noted, before 1640, was marked by financial and personal failure. That after 1640, he became a member of Parliament for Cambridge. He joined the Parliamentarian Army in 1642 when the First English Civil War broke out. In 1645, he was appointed commander of the new model Army Cavalry and played a key role in the winning of the Civil War in England. He was named Lord Protector of the Commonwealth of England, Scotland, and Ireland. On the night he died, a huge storm swept the country, leading many to believe the devil had come in to collect his soul.
That was actually true. That there was a huge storm the night he died. And this guy, they called him one of the most influential politicians in British history. And before 1640, he was an abject failure at everything he did.
Wasn't he an advisor to Henry VIII?
In that movie, there is a guy named Cromwell. You're right.
I'm not sure if it's the same guy, because this one dealt with, I believe the king was Charles. But anyway, there's more to the story on how he died and everything, and his son. It's really complex. But basically, the point of the story was he was an abject failure at everything before 1640, and then all of a sudden he's this military genius and just rockets through the ranks and becomes Lord Protector of the Commonwealth of England, Scotland, and Ireland. I mean, he was like the top dog, Crazy.
I'm most excited about Robert Johnson, but we saved him for last, so y'all hang on. But I was just skimming through Robert Johnson. Anyway.
Really interesting stuff in there.
Niccolo Paganini, an 18th century violinist and composer. This guy was one of the most famous musicians in history, at least for his time.
And composer.
And a
He
composer.
was a composer too.
The legends say his talent came from a deal his mother made with the devil when he was 6 years old. He did not deny these rumors and was loved and feared by everyone that knew him equally. When he died, no church would take his body, which left him no resting place for 36 years.
And he was supposedly a Catholic, so that was like a really big deal that they wouldn't take his body.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, but I mean, they say no publicity is bad publicity, but it might have worked for his living life, but it didn't work out so well for the afterlife.
He's still talking about walling people in.
That'd be a horrible way to die.
I'm gonna wall you in. Didn't Edgar Allan Poe have a story about he walled somebody in like that? I think Edgar Allan Poe in general was really into Faust.
I do not remember a Walden story.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Wall a cat in.
Is that caterwauling?
Jesus. Okay. I'm going to move on from that. Many people believe that the captain of the Flying Dutchman was Bernard Folk?
Yeah.
Fock? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. He was a 17th century captain for the Dutch East India Company. You guys had to have heard about this if you've studied any of American history. This was a huge trading company. Anyway, he was legendary for the speed with which he traveled from the Dutch Republic to Java. Is that right? Java?
Java.
His speed was widely thought to have come from a pact with Satan.
And they say that to pay Satan, when he died, he became the captain of Flying Dutchman.
Ah, so now we're tying it back into what? Pirates of the Caribbean?
No, the Flying Dutchman's an actual legend
Yeah.
for centuries.
And this guy was for sure the captain of the Flying Dutchman?
No.
They argue about who really was the captain.
Yes.
Okay. I was wondering about that.
But a lot of people think it was him because the Flying Dutchman, they've never actually verified there was actually a Flying Dutchman ship before it became a ghost ship. But, I mean, it's the Flying Dutchman, and this guy flew from the Dutch Republic to Java. You know,
Maybe he was just a really good sailor.
it could be, but he could outdo everybody. And, of course, if you're really, really good at something, somebody's going to blame it on something evil.
Oh, okay, girl. Yeah, especially England, Scotland. These people have castles. I bet they did it. I bet they did it in pyramids too. To be honest,
Did a lot of cruel stuff before TV.
rather than
That just sounds funny.
I don't know, but like castles. Who's gonna like tear down a castle and go searching for a body, right? Unless you have to like rebuild for some strange reason. I would wonder about the White House. I'd wonder about a lot of our like national monuments that are have any age to them at all, like old buildings. New York City. I bet you'd find some shady stuff in some of those old buildings in New York City.
Yeah, he says torture was entertainment.
In the name of something, even if you believed like the torture, if you were right in doing it, you needed to make it creative, right? It needed to be torture. I'm saying like things, rights that were right and wrongs that were wrong were probably really extreme to these people because they had a very black and white way of looking at things, And to them, if torturing was okay, then they were justified in doing that, right? This part of their belief system. I just hope not to have an enemy to have to hide in my walls. I don't want to put you in my wall. Okay, so now I have finally made it to my favorite. I've always been fascinated with the story of Robert Johnson because I'm not a really great guitar player. I've only taught myself what I know, and I have not been able to achieve bar chords in my playing of guitar. And I've learned how to play like 20 years ago. So I don't see me getting any better at playing guitar unless I was willing to make a deal with the devil. So it fascinates me that this guy, the rumor is that he did not play well until the day he went and made a deal. He went down to the crossroads,
That whole thing's in there.
trying to catch a ride. He wasn't trying to catch a ride. He was trying to get better at playing guitar. So, okay, Robert Johnson was probably the most well-known modern Faustian deal maker. In the late 1920s and early 1930s, Johnson was hanging around with blues musicians Son House and Willie Brown. And I want to know, is Willie Brown, who John Fogerty's talking about in Creedence Clearwater Revival, is that Willie and the Poor Boys are playing?
I really don't know, but it's the one that they use as the main character in that movie Crossroads.
Okay, because I bet you Willie Brown is who John Fogerty's singing about in that song. Willie and the Poor Boys. He says Po Boys are playing. Okay. In his late life, those said he remembered Robert Johnson as a little boy who was a decent harmonica player, but an embarrassingly bad guitarist. And soon after, Johnson left for Robbinsville, where they all lived, to return to Martinsville, which was near his birthplace. Here, he started studying with Isaiah Ike Zimmerman. Now, Zimmerman was said to have learned to play supernaturally by playing in graveyards at midnight. So when Johnson returned to Robbinsville, he had developed an unequal guitar technique. According to popular legend, Johnson was instructed to take his guitar to the crossroads of Highway 61 and Highway 49 at midnight. He was met by the devil, who took his guitar and tuned it. The devil played a few songs on the guitar, then handed it back to Johnson, along with mastery of the instrument. It's interesting to note that Johnson only had 2 recording sessions that produced 29 songs. Despite this meager catalog, Johnson is considered one of the most influential guitar players in history.
I found that just mind-blowing. He only had 2 recording sessions. He was a street musician. He only had the 2
assuming
recording sessions.
he kind of divided the 29 songs in half, he at least recorded 17. Wait, what is half of 29? He did almost 20 songs.
14.
Yes, he did some songs all at once. And what were songs a little bit shorter back then, but you're still looking at, what, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes.
Now, I did see where
that was a lot of work
he
to
gained
do
like
per
modern
session.
He gained like modern fame by the company re-releasing, remastering his stuff and putting it back out on albums. But while he was alive, he only had 2 sessions.
Also noteworthy, Johnson died at the age of 27, just like Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, and Amy Winehouse.
You got the seeds today, Okie? They told me it's going to be Tuesday before you got them.
My God, Okie, they just got mailed yesterday.
Eddie
That's
Cochran
crazy.
was Eddie Cochran 27 when he died? There was a whole big thing on this. They call it the 27 Club.
Yeah.
And evidently Kurt Cobain's mother, when he died and they were interviewing her, she said something about he always said he was going to join that damn club. I guess he went ahead and joined it. It was really strange. And there was also a tie-in with something about a white disposable lighter. But they...
A lot of this ties into, this has been going around for since medieval times. Like, actors, musicians, these were not high-class people. They were not well thought of in their in normal human society. I mean, like carnival people. There's like Hugo, Oklahoma. A lot of like circus performers live in that town. Anyway, it's a whole tradition of kind of not having probably good lives, not making a lot of money, and not being looked at as decent people. That kind of wears you down. And then the lifestyle of it. Hey, let's drink. Let's do some opium or whatever the drugs of choice are from ages to ages. It was always going to happen to rock and roll people, right?
Opie's Eden, you would not believe how many seeds she has in there.
I do have a lot of seeds, but some of them, like I have 2 or 3 containers of the same seed because like that particular pack just have a lot of seeds in it, right? So there's some.
Well, another thing, there at Shawnee where we buy seeds, you get huge packages.
Yeah, bigger packages. I've told y'all about that company. They're not for sale in regular stores like a feed store. This is a seed store by a feed store, and they're run by the same company. So she just has an odd selection of things, right? And you can't get every seed there. But the company is called TriStar. And Opie, the asparagus package I sent you, that's the original package that came in, of course, because I just sealed it back up and sent it to you. Yeah, you don't get growing instructions on that package of seed and all that. You just got to look it up yourself. But like, I feel because they're cheaper seeds than like you'd get from Baker Creek or whatever, and there's more seeds in there, and I feel like that's why. And these are not they have heirloom seeds too. It's not like they're not GMO. It'll stay on there non-GMO too.
Then you run into like the last time we were there where they were selling seeds for 50 cents a package.
Yeah, because she's
like
such a little seller, She's like, I got to clear my old stock. They were on sale for 50 cents a package, and I got a great deal. But little stores like that get overlooked when you can just go to Lowe's or even
Katy Perry is Amy Winehouse.
What?
Okie Grover said Katy Perry is Amy Winehouse.
She is not. You leave Katy Perry alone. Katy Perry is just Katy Perry. Katy Perry reminds me of Wonder Woman so hard. If they ever make a new Wonder Woman TV show, they need to hit her up. Because she's just gorgeous. She gives me, like, if I was going to be batting for women, you know what I'm talking about?
She kissed a girl, and she liked it.
I would dang sure be going for the old Wonder Woman, except for when she wore her little seal diving suit. Linda Carter, yes. Like that would be my girlfriend if I was going to go that way. I'm just saying. But like, I would not go out with her if she was wearing that little seal outfit because that was just funny. That's all I got for deals with the devil.
Boxes.
Now we can go back to talking about how the growing industry, how the vegetables that we buy at the store apparently are not safe. I want to eat my salad because I like to try to be healthy. Seems how I'm not going to be drinking my life away anymore. I'm trying to live good life, eat good food, and I even have a good grocery store my grocery store now might be a little bit different. Now they source all the local produce they can from local growers and not huge companies. That's what they say, right? And the produce they have there is very seasonal. Like, I saw a lot of butternut squashes and stuff like that there last time. I saw stuff I know is in season right now, but I have never seen at Walmart. Okay, so this is a much better grocery store. If you can find a grocery store like that and go there. But I would do some research. Where do you buy groceries? You can look up where they get their vegetables. I've done this.
If you really want some good produce, you stop at Crow Market, a farmer's market.
Yeah, but, and they're just doing it on a smaller scale what those big companies do. I'm not sure how safe their stuff is compared to anybody else, but it looks dang good.
Yeah,
and I can see the fields where it's grown. And, how many times have you seen the fields where your food is grown,
That's-
period, unless you're growing it yourself.
On that subject, remember when we went to get the peaches?
Yeah.
And that was so cool. I mean, this is like a very famous stand to buy peaches. We bought a ton of peaches down there, and they were really good. We made.
Stafford?
But anyway, when you pull up, it's like a roadside stand where they sell this stuff. You pull up there, and the peach groves are all spread out behind it. I mean, you can sit there and see the trees your peaches came off of. That is so cool.
That is cool. And I still have a bag of those in my freezer.
Yes. And I still have some of the peach pepper jelly we made that I take to work and I don't share with nobody.
I love pepper jelly. I'm trying to get Chaz into pepper jelly. Is she still here,
Yeah.
Farmer Chaz?
Stratford, the peach capital.
Stratford, not Stafford. Okay.
There was another, which one was it? Pryor?
Yeah, up
That
by
they
Tulsa.
But we went, being Southern Oklahoman to begin with, we went south and I was not disappointed at all.
This is somebody I order seeds from sometimes, Okie grower. Get more seeds cheaper than Baker Creek, but they may not be heirloom. Some of them are heirlooms, I'm sure, right? But like, not everyone will be.
See, Farmer Chaz says, I'm here. You want me to get what? I missed it.
What did I want her to get? What did I say?
I don't know.
Oh, making pepper jelly, Farmer Chaz. You're going to make pepper jelly this year. Even if you just make it and put it in your fridge, you don't have to can it. But I want you to try it and see if you like it.
Went to a peach festival there and a watermelon fest somewhere else down there. I've heard of that, and it makes me wonder about, you remember the watermelon crawl?
If you drink, don't drive, do the watermelon crawl. Have you ever ordered from them, Farmer Chaz? I like this company. If I don't get it in person or from Baker Creek, I order from here.
Now, you're talking about the melons. That's another thing they mentioned. Did you know one of the worst
Don't buy cantaloupe from the store anymore.
produce to carry this bacteria is cantaloupe.
You better grow that
Because
cantaloupe yourself if
There's
you want
no
your
way
cantaloupe.
evidently there's no way to completely wash the rind, the skin, and then when you cut it, your knife goes through the skin and then into the flesh, and it just spreads it everywhere.
Don't cut your lettuce, okay? Don't take your head of romaine and cut the end off and then go to washing your leaves. Go ahead and this is even going to spread bacteria a little. Just peel it off. Peel your lettuce off, wash each leaf, and discard that rind. Don't cut your leaves off your lettuce. Don't cut your core out of your iceberg lettuce. I don't know how to tell you. It's not safe without thoroughly washing it. And some of these things that we buy are hard to thoroughly wash without penetrating and that's salad, the cabbage. And mind you, look up where your stores are buying their produce, if they can tell you where it's from. Because what I'm talking about is stores that buy from the grows that are right next to those feedlots with all the cows. We call it cow Auschwitz. And I know that's not a sensitive term for what happened there in Germany, okay? But these cows, it's like a concentration camp for cows. No animal should live like that. The way they smell is unholy. It will literally make you sick just to drive by. And the fact that they might grow some food next to those
Now, Chaz,
should be obscene.
you're talking about the iceberg lettuce being terrible. That's like she's saying, the leaf lettuce, you can take apart leaf by leaf and wash it. Iceberg, I mean, you really can't. So when you cut the iceberg, whatever they sprayed on the iceberg goes in with your knife down into the middle of it.
What I do for iceberg lettuce anyway is I slam it on my cabinet and then I grab that core and I pull it out. So I think that's better than cutting anything off of the iceberg lettuce.
Okay, I worked at a salad bar at a Holiday Inn when I was younger. We made tons and tons and tons of salads. I was taught there to never cut your lettuce with a metal knife. because it'll turn it brown. We always tore our lettuce up. Now, see, that would avoid the knife spreading the bacteria down into
I ain't no punk hot sauce. Is that what you're calling it, Parmesan?
No, Okie Grower's giving her ideas.
Oh,
I can't feel my lips salsa.
that's a really good name. Because her brother, Rich, said I ain't no punk. I remember this. That's great. That is great, Parmesan. That's really great.
Can't feel my lips salsa. That's pretty good too.
Can't feel my lips salsa. That pepper jelly though, Farmer Chaz, just Google one. They're all over the place online. You can choose too. Are you making you can make a green jelly, you know, choosing whatever fruit you'd want, right? I mix fruit with mine, but pepper jelly is just peppers, sugar with pectin.
Last year,
It's straight up jelly. But last year I made a peach pepper jelly.
and the year
and I liked
before, we made the actual pepper jelly. And while, I mean, you could eat it with peanut butter if you wanted to, it was super, super hot. What it was really good for was like spreading on a ham before you bake it.
Or on a roasted chicken with it. Stuff like that. Or,
oh, Chris, you taking off? Well, thanks for coming, bud.
I did make it an hour, y'all.
Oh, peach pepper jelly is amazing. Like I said, I have one jar left. I take it to work with me, and peanut butter is my thing.
But Chaz, the best thing I made with my peppers, and well, I didn't really have a whole lot of peppers when I made this. I had to buy peppers. But peach, I don't know what I call it. It was like a pico de gallo. It was a chutney. I don't know. A fresh salsa. It had red onions. It had peaches cut up in there. I had tomatoes cut up in there, and I had peppers, and I had garlic. And it was just all stirred up with some salt. It had a little bit of vinegar for the bite, you know, and it married up and just was delicious. And we ate it on hot fajitas. Family Guy ruined me for saying fajitas for the rest of my life.
It's spicy. It's however you want. I mean, if you
That's
use
what I was trying to tell you.
milder peppers.
Your pepper jelly, you could go all green and just use bell peppers and maybe a little bit of jalapeno for a little kick. And you're just going to get the flavor of pepper.
The stuff we made, it has some bite to it, but it's mostly the marriage of the jalapeno pepper with the sweetness of the peach, and it's awesome. It really, really is. Okie Grower said we get a good screenshot of Rich for their labels.
Well, like to make jelly to can, you have to stick to your recipe. You have to get your acidity, and your amount of sugar is part of what keeps your jelly from spoiling when you canned it, right? But if you're making a pepper jelly for personal use, you can cut that. You can cut your sugar. Cut your sugar way down, and then play with your fruits. You know what I mean? And still use the pectin and have it set up just like a jelly. But mind you just be keeping it in the fridge, and you're not worried about shelf life, right? Pepper jelly's fun. You grow so many peppers. I know right now you probably still have enough peppers in your freezer to make pepper jelly right now.
Like I said, Okie Grower, the straight up pepper jelly we made year before last, it was phenomenal to cook with. But I mean, I'm peanut butter and jelly is like mother's milk, you know, and I could not eat it on peanut butter sandwich. It would light you up. It was that can't feel my lips peanut butter sandwich.
Pepper jelly is good for like a charcuterie board, however you say that word. When you got your meats and cheeses and some crackers and some crudité, have yourself some cream cheese there. Have yourself some, put your little cream cheese on your cracker. Put your little meat on it with your pepper jelly. That's a good bite of food.
It was great on me. And my favorite thing was like your Thanksgiving ham. I would glaze.
But we did on a roasted chicken too.
Yes, I would glaze the Thanksgiving ham with that pepper jelly, and I mean just smelling it cooking with that ham. Oh,
Jellies in general can be great in a glaze.
you just got to watch how soon you put them in because
They'll
the
burn.
sugar will make them burn.
Right.
But that peach pepper jelly, like I said, I'm very protective of it. I take it to work with me, and nobody gets any. They tell me, "Man, that looks so good," and I tell them, "Thank you," and keep eating my sandwich.
I too grow a lot of peppers, Chaz, so I'm trying to always
We had so
figure
many
out-
peppers this year. It was
Yes. I mean,
unreal.
this year we almost had to get a new freezer. And if I'd had a tomato harvest like my peppers, we would have had to get a new freezer. And like, I don't want to get another chest kind of freezer. I think for vegetables, you really need an upright freezer.
The only thing
Those things are
upright.
so damn expensive.
And you lose a lot of space.
Can you go get my little CD thing? I want to show it off one more time in case they didn't
Ow.
watch my probably poorly made video. And then I need to get off of here after this because I need to cook my dinner. And I want to be the kind of woman that has her dinner already cooked or most of the way done before I do a Saturday live. Also,
I have some wiring to do.
I want to do my Supernatural Saturdays on days when his schedule for work can allow him to be here. Because I think I just feel more confident and I do a better job. Because this supernatural research and all this stuff, this is not really my wheelhouse. I chose this topic for my husband and my daughter because they like stuff like this a lot. Okay? And I thought it would be good for me to get out my wheelhouse of what I tend to just watch gardening shows. I want to talk about gardening all the damn time, right? So
Hey,
I'm going to start doing some Saturdays will be what I'm going to call Simple Saturday. And it's just going to be chatting and hanging out. Because I like that with the Lives with Miss T. We all get to chat and hang out and talk about things. And we will, either read each other's things or we're in conversations with specific people. I mean, I like all that. And I want to be able to follow through with my chat and be a part of what y'all are saying over there more. And that's what Simple Saturday is going to do for me. Where I don't have to talk about a dang thing that I don't want to talk about. And it will be earlier in the day. Because having it at the end of the day, for me, I'm up at 4 in the morning every damn day of my life. So it's a big day for me. And then just to be bubbly, to look decent,
Oh, wow.
and to, entertain y'all is what I wish for, right? So I want to do my best.
Okie Grower says he has cilantro and paprika on his spring list, tons of peppers, tomatoes, onions, potatoes, and a melon patch.
But Okie Grower, you can be growing cilantro right now. Cilantro will go to seed so fast in the summer. Mind you, when cilantro goes to seed, it gives you another kind of spice. Coriander. But, yeah, you need to grow your cilantro right now. You're just a little bit more north of me. I feel fairly
Getting up
confident.
early for a stream is hard. I can imagine, Chaz.
No, I'm not going to get up at the crack of dawn. That's not what I'm saying,
Okay.
Chaz. I'm saying at like noon or 1-ish, in the afternoon. I'm not coming for your time, Chaz.
And
I'm not coming for your time, Chaz. I know Saturday morning.
just to be truthful, you wouldn't want to deal with this woman.
I'm not a pretty person in the morning. I find myself very pleasant, but others don't find me so pleasant. Because I don't put up with any, like the bull crap that I might let slide later in the day when I'm more happy with myself as a person. I'm not happy with myself as a person when I wake up in the morning, right? So, I need to be approached with no BS, keep it short and sweet, and be real respectful when you're speaking to me because I'm not going to be very amiable toward you if you don't follow those rules.
Okie Grower, she's had me working on raised beds ever since the spring garden went out.
I'm a pretty person. I know I'm a good looking person. I just, I put my body through a lot and I look in the mirror and I see that and you guys only know me for who I am today, right? That's okay for you, but I have to go, oh my God, woman, why did you have to, why this and why? And I just, boy, my grandma used to tell me and my mom used to tell me, you pay for your raisin and everything that you do in this life is going to end up on your face. That's what my grandma told me. And she was a really good looking woman until the day she died. So
I must have done some ugly stuff.
foraging is beautiful. Inside, but listen, I haven't always been. And that's true for everybody, right? I haven't always been
Your
beautiful
little
inside
friend
and out.
come back.
And it's almost like I have to learn how to garden all over again. I have to learn how to, I don't know, take care of myself as a person all over again. You know, you guys you're seeing the baby new Amanda, who I am now. I'm perfecting that person. All right, let me tell you what this is. I have been on this quest to organize my seeds. What's so
Blind
funny?
dog just ran into the camera.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. If that wasn't an earthquake. I have a blind dog, and he's not used to the camera being there. This is an expanding file doohickey. How do I open it?
Clip on the side.
There's a clip. Okay, so you open it, right? Look at that, right? And I've got these little seed envelopes, so I got to get all the seeds out of the stupid pill bottles. Because that's just a tedious. I can't ever find my seeds. I have to look at every damn pill bottle I got until I find my seeds. I don't know why I thought it was going to be a good idea. Or what kind of room size spice cabinet I'd have to put all those like pill bottles, seed bottles. Anyway, so I'm going to take my time and organize all these seeds this winter, and I want to get them all in this. And they're going to be in ABC order. And it might be that I have too many seeds for this, and I might have to get several of these.
How many letters the alphabet?
I'm also open to suggestions about how I should organize them. Yeah, I was wrong about how many letters of the alphabet there were. He seems to think it was really freaking funny. And y'all heard me read, right? I can read very well. I'm a well-read woman. I'm educated. I told him there were 25 letters in the alphabet. He's like, he almost peed his pants. I told him to leave me alone for the rest of the day. So here's my seed organizer for now. I'm just going to see how many I can get in here. And if you got ideas of how I should mini organize, I'm aware of it.
I see, Chaz.
There's overall organizing, and then there's like compartmentalizing
She says
organizing.
Organized by season, then alphabetically. See, that's what I was thinking. If you could have like one of these
Summer.
for spring garden, one for a fall garden.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then alphabetize them in there.
And then one for flowers.
There you go.
Flower herbs.
Hey, this is only $20, man. Ain't like I could
$20.
buy a couple more.
That's the best part. Because I'm going to tell you, I bought this thing that was called a seed organizer that looks like a picture album. And that thing wasn't adequate. And I spent way more than I should have had to spend on something like that to have it not be adequate.
Okie grower, we don't really separate fruit and veggie seeds, but I mean they're in individual packages. They're not like mixed together, but like she said, with seasons. You know, if it's seasonal.
I don't really have fruit seeds in general. What fruit seed do I have?
Well, nothing right now, but we had passion fruit. Remember, we tried them.
Yeah, I tried to grow passion fruit, and I couldn't get it to even germinate. But my daughter went walking around the lake that we have here in town.
Have a good night, Chaz.
And
Thanks for coming.
She foraged passion fruit from around the lake.
I found some more by the gate.
Yeah, where we go, our landlord's property, we go out there to get cow poop or
Blackberries.
go fishing. Anyway, we
Deer.
found some passion fruit growing wild out there too. So apparently it can grow wild here. I assume birds are pooping that out.
Those flowers, I mean,
They're beautiful.
I got them for the flowers. I wasn't even thinking about the fruit. That flower is just one of the most amazing flowers you'll ever see.
Love you, Farmer Chaz. You have a good night.
Okay, I've got some wiring to do.
So we're building a laundry room. When I say we're building a laundry room, it's like one section of my living room. I have kind of an open concept. Like my kitchen is connected to my dining room, which is connected to my living room. And all of that's even connected to the hallway, right? So one side of my living room, which happens to be the side the washer and dryer is already on in the kitchen, right? It's on this one wall between my kitchen and my living room. So we're moving the washer and dryer to the other side and into the living room and putting up 2 walls to close it in so that I will have a laundry room.
Okie Grower says.
Because my kitchen has a washer and dryer in it.
Okie Grower says he loves to kick cow patties. Will Rogers had a quote: "Never kick a cow patty on a hot day."
Yeah.
If you think about that, a fresh cow patty will dry out on the outside, on a hot day, and then you go and kick it. It's just not a good thing. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming. I've got to go take care of some wiring.
And I just gotta go take my bra off and cook dinner. I love you. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. And we'll see you when we see you this week, okay? Peace, guys. Bye.